Good afternoon, Charleston. This is Vonnie Judge. I am so excited to be with you each and every week as I bring you information to empower you in 2013. I don't know about you, but I feel victorious in 2013. I know that God has something great for each and every one of us, and I just know that at the end of the day, the victory is ours, and I just want you to believe it. Whatever it is going on in your life, regardless of the circumstances, victory is yours. The battle is already won. So I am so excited today as I have a great person with me. He is such an awesome man because I remember when I met him, as I was, you ever had signs? God gives you signs every year, every so often. And so what happened was that I was I was driving each and every day. I was going to work, saw this sign that says tax classes. I was like, okay, I'm going to tax classes. All right. I said, maybe I need to know, polish up on my tax, skills and things of that nature. And so I had to call the sign. So I called the number on the sign, and hold and behold, there was Mr. Warren. He was on the other end, and he was, giving me the why I should come to this tax class, his experience. And I felt bad because I had to drill him a little bit. And I felt bad because I hate when people drill me about who I am, why should I come to the class, and, how much experience I have. But he was very nice. He probably said something else off the phone once he hung up the phone. But I'm excited because once I got into the class, I was not only blessed by the teaching that he had provided, but also his background, because his background is so colorful with so much experience. He knows business. That's why I'm excited that he's here to share his business wisdom with us. How are you doing, Mr. Warren?
Hi, I'm doing fine today. My name is Warren Frazier. I'm the son of Willie Frazier Sr., the entrepreneur that actually started W. Frazier Construction.
Wow. So you have some big shoes to fill.
Yes. It's very empowering to know where you come from and how everything started. But I'm very pleased to be here. And
Thank you.
My father's shoes is very, very difficult to fill.
Well, I have heard so much about your father, especially in our classes. And one thing I love about you is that you have such a, like I said, with construction, to me, with me being a real estate agent, I love construction. I love real estate. And not only did I learn about taxes, but I learned about business. And so I think with you, you have such a colorful, when I say it's a colorful type of background, let people know what I mean by colorful.
Well, we started on landscaping, age 11 or 12. My father started his business in 81, 82. And we was doing landscaping for Mark Sanford on Key Wild.
Wow.
Back in the day. So I started with a shovel. And as time went on, in 87, 88, we was working hard. And I noticed, man, got to be something better. I was working 2 jobs. I was working for my father, driving school bus, and working for Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Wow. Because
my dad didn't pay me when it rained. So in 88, I joined the Navy and moved on. And then when I came back, I got out. I was a disabled vet, injured. I went to school and I got a degree in civil engineering. Mm-hmm. And I got a minor in construction management, which kind of helped me to understand business sense. And working for my father, I was handling payroll. We had 27 lease drivers. And he taught me accounting. I wanted a degree in accounting. He said, go for engineering. I can teach you accounting. So it's been a journey, but it's just been very positive. Me meeting good people along the way.
That is awesome. You have more? I know you have more to say. Go, keep going.
And after when we was 2007, my dad convinced me to start my own business. Mm-hmm. I said, why? I can just run your business. He said, no. I want you to struggle like how I struggled in business. And that was and I couldn't understand why in the beginning, but when I started mine, it's a lot of wisdom you gain from working. People think knowledge. Knowledge is information beforehand. Wisdom is knowledge with experience.
Wow. And say that one more time.
Knowledge is beforehand, and wisdom is knowledge with experience.
Wow.
And understanding is knowing the difference between the both. Between the two of them.
That's powerful.
And that's something you, through prayer and struggle, Lord, Why me? Why am I struggling like this?
Right.
You didn't pick me to struggle. Without struggle, you don't learn nothing.
Exactly.
So I've learned a lot through my struggles and endeavors, battling between money, marriage, people skills, and getting involved in people. I thank God for experience that I have, because sometimes it's hard to understand why a 60-year-old would act the way they act. And I was like, man, I'm only 46. How could this be? I thank God for wisdom. You can't put a time on when God's going to be dealing with you. Sometime it comes early, sometime it comes late. I'm thankful for mine to be early so I don't become an old fool. I knew I was a young fool.
Yes.
But
oh my goodness. I love it. I love it because you know what? You said so many things in that intro. The fact that, yes, wisdom doesn't come at a, it's not an age thing. And a lot of times when people look at me, they're like, okay, Vonnie, you're very young. But I love the fact that, wisdom is with experience, because although we go to school to get the knowledge, but a lot of times even with the knowledge, we have to put it into play. We have to get the experience.
Gotta be applied.
Yes.
If it's not applied, it don't mean nothing.
Yes. And so I like that, what you said. So today I am excited because, as many of y'all know, I love business. Business is I think everything is like a business. Everything kind of like works almost like a business. My lifestyle or my life itself, it is a business. The same thing that I need to have, for a business, I need for my home. My home is basically an asset, or, and then you also have your different bills and you have your budget. And so when I think about starting a business, is almost like where you have to also have a good sense of your personal, making sure your personal business is taken care of. So today I wanted to talk about business structure, the different business structure, and why should I decide to do a sole proprietor or go a LLC or a corporation. And so Mr. Warren, he's going to talk us through about, the different choices that we have when we start a business.
Okay, one of the choices you have is becoming a sole proprietor without being an LLC, which if you're sole proprietor without being an LLC, you have risk involved. Where if something were to happen while you're at your business, you can be sued personally. So if you choose to get an LLC with sole proprietor, that covers you financially, but it do not cover you on the tax side. That's why when you form an LLC, you would want to form one to be filed as a corporation. When you file as a corporation, that means you have intentions of getting employees. If you have no intentions of getting employees, you have no intentions of growing. So why would you just start an LLC to work for yourself and don't hire nobody? Makes no sense.
Right.
So if you go S Corp, you evade from paying self-employment taxes, because you have to pay them for your employee. You don't have to pay them on your income that's left over. And that's huge. On $25,000 left over on the LLC, if you put on the Schedule C, you owe $4,300. If it's on the S Corp, you get a K1, you only owe $1,800.
Wow.
So who couldn't use extra $2,700 out of $25,000 when you're starting up? Some people say, well, just wait till you get big. But you stay broke so long, you never get big. so it's a process that when you're starting out, you can't afford to throw away no money. You got to hold on to, you got to make do with less until you get able to do more. And people say, well, you always got to help out. If you give away all that you have, you'll never be in a position to help anyone anyway. So you got to give. You got to give when you can afford to give. You can't give and then say, well, the Lord going to help me. You'll give away everything He's given you.
Right.
So you have to be mindful of when to help. And everyone that comes to you, you can't always help them. Some people only can be helped by Jesus. You have to recognize that.
That's powerful. Because, one thing that I'm a little guilty of that, because we've had that conversation. He's like, some people you can help, some people you can't help. And you have to know when you're actually in a position to help. And so what it had made me to do is to look at how I have my business structured. I have a profit company and I have a nonprofit company. And I just remember when we were talking about that, about making sure that, you have the means, especially when we talked about the nonprofit, which we will talk about nonprofit later. Mm-hmm. But I just know that by working with you and listening to you, it has helped me tremendously to structure my business properly. And so can you tell people about, I know what one of the biggest thing is LLCs. LLCs is such a big thing right now. I think it's one of, a lot of times I've heard even people have paid so much money to form their LLC, which is, they don't need that, per se. You do need an attorney, especially if you have partnership, but let them know about forming LLC as far as the advantage. I know that you said that, maybe it's not, if you're sued, there's not that, they can't attack your personal money.
The LLCs can be formed anywhere between $350 and about $700. Mm-hmm. Lawyers usually charge around $700. Mm-hmm. I charge between $350 $400 to actually form an LLC. Mm-hmm. And forming an LLC, it depends on what your intentions are. Mm-hmm. If you have intentions to really go out there and truly make money, and what you're doing mm-hmm. will be involving risks, mm-hmm. you need to have one. Mm-hmm. But if you're out there cutting someone's grass mm-hmm. in a neighborhood, you do not need an LLC for that. Because there's no risk involved. There's no way you can be involved in anything. Mm-hmm. But if you have employees, mm-hmm. you might need one, because when your guys get hurt, they can sue you personally, and you will need workman's comp insurance when you're out there doing that too. So a lot of insurance involved with the LLC to protect you too from different things. And structuring is very important from the LLC perspective, because I can do it myself online. Mm-hmm. I had a guy operating for 12 years mm-hmm. under LLC mm-hmm. that if he got sued, he had to pay the money, but he had an LLC.
So how does that happen?
Because he chose to assume responsibility for everything for the LLC. Mm. Your LLC put assume responsibility, not you. Mm. You can check one round box and be
liable,
trying to save $200, and they end up costing you thousands of dollars.
Wow. So structuring the LLC, you definitely want to work with someone who has the wisdom to structure it properly. Mm-hmm. And then you also want to make sure you understand the tax advantages of forming an LLC compared to the sole proprietor. And then also you want to look at your intentions. And I love the fact that you keep saying your intentions, because there's some people who I have seen it. They have the intentions not to really grow. This is all they want to do is be a mom and pops, quote unquote, and they don't want to necessarily grow. But me, I'm like, I want to grow. And I want to go in other places. I want to do different things. And so when you say about the corporation, it being such the S Corp will be the best way. So what is could you tell them the difference between the C Corp and the S Corp?
The C Corp is a lot more money. Mm-hmm. And you have to have a CPA to do your paperwork, to do your taxes. And structuring a C Corp is more expensive than doing it. LLC is a limited liability company mm-hmm. that you can form. Mm-hmm. $700. Corporation costs a lot more than that, because certain rules applied to a corporation don't apply to you as an LLC. So you get to function as a C Corp, mm-hmm. but don't have the rules and regulation that'll be applied to you as an LLC. So now you can function paying less expenses. Mm-hmm. Then gradually you would want to grow to become incorporated, but if you never make it to that, then it really wouldn't matter. That's what I'm saying. Because you're still filing as an S Corp, so you're still taking, you don't have to take in all the money that comes from the company. Mm-hmm. So if you to make $100,000 and you're a sole proprietor, mm-hmm. and you paid out $20 in taxes, $20 for your employee, $60,000 that's left mm-hmm. comes to you that you have to file on your tax return and pay 12.4% self-employment tax on the $60,000. So you're looking at paying twice as much tax because you were Schedule C, or you not an S Corp. You're a sole proprietor under LLC, or sole proprietor without an LLC. It's the same thing. The only difference between the two is being sued liability, and that's if it's filled up properly. So when you move from that section, you move to being an S Corp, you can say, well, if you own 100% of the company, then you're not allowed to just leave money in the company per se. But if you have, you got to have board members. When you have your board meetings, you can pay your board members for coming to the meeting, stuff like that, and conducting business. And when the money is left over, you have to put on a K1 and it comes to you. But if you have 3 partners, that money will be split between the 3 partners. All of it wouldn't be allotted to you. And you can take money out and put in different shares and say, well, we made 60, but let's go ahead and put 10 here, 10 here. You will be being taxed on the entire amount that's left over. So probably you don't have those options.
Wow. I don't know about y'all, but I was like, wow, okay. So if you have questions, our number is 308-9564, 308-9564. We're taking your questions. If you have any questions, if you're starting a business, if you have questions about before you sign off on that paperwork, making sure that you're structured properly, I encourage you to give us a call on air. And Mr. Warren, would you tell them how to get in contact with you if they wanted to sit down with you?
Yes, my name is Warren Frazier. I'm an owner-operator of a Liberty Tax franchise in Goose Creek. We're located at 514 St. James Avenue, Suite E, and we're in the Fairfax Center, right beside State Farm, right beside Chick-fil-A, in front of Lowe's. And our phone number is 843-793-1717, 843-793-1717.
Okay, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back, and we're going to talk about whether or not you should have a profit company or if you should have a nonprofit company. We'll be right back. Okay, thank you for tuning back in. This is Judge Financial Services Radio Show. My name is Vonnie Judge. We are talking about business structuring and how to structure your business correctly, whether you're going to decide to do a sole proprietor or if you're going to do a LLC, S Corp. And we have Mr. Warren Frazier from Liberty Tax. He is here talking to us in regards to how do we structure properly. And we encourage you to give us a call at 308-9564, 308-9564. And we're going to go into a topic that I think that was someone asked me recently what was one of my biggest error when I started business, and it was deciding how to structure my profit and nonprofit, and how to define how to actually put it together, which services I want to have under my profit company, what service I want to have under my nonprofit company. So I want you to tell us, Mr. Warren, the benefits of having, first the difference between the profit and a nonprofit, and then the benefits of each.
The difference between a profit and a nonprofit is that one's for profit, but structuring is very important. You have to be organized to start a nonprofit. They don't strictly make you hammer that on starting your business because they don't care if you fail with that. But when you're getting money from and saying it's for nonprofit, don't make sure that you have your president, your vice president, your secretary, treasurer. They want to make sure that your books is in line with the money coming in so that you can track money going out. And the benefit is that at the end of the year, if you had $100,000 left, you don't have to spend it, and you don't have to say, hey, I have to pay taxes on it. So evading for paying taxes on $100,000 is about $25,000. So that's money you can be using for another nonprofit venture. But it's very important that when you start a nonprofit,
Mm-hmm.
you can't start a nonprofit for education and you giving somebody money who had to be burned out on their house.
Right.
Because you got to be used for that purpose.
Yes.
So it's very important that if you plan to do more than one thing, you have to word it properly that it covers not just.
Yes. Yes.
The word fun. The word fun is huge. You might need to stay away from that one.
Fun.
Word fun.
The word fun.
Yeah.
What is it? So what do you mean by that?
Like you said, if you said educational fun.
Mm-hmm.
Funds. The IRS look at us, well, this going to be, he going to have a lot of money. They look at the word
yes,
fun as you receiving a lot of money coming in. You can be an educational fund that hadn't collected no more than $400 the entire year because no one don't believe in what you're doing.
Wow.
So it's very important to pick the right words to use because I'm in the process of starting one myself. I want to start, mine going to be a consulting so I can be able to help do more than just education because we have a gap between education where we are funding, giving money for kids to go to college, but the system is building jail based on a third grade education. So the kids are being lost between first, second, and third grade. So we got college fund that's available they can't get because they don't know it. They're not prepared to even in high school to even go to high school.
Yeah.
So if you take care of children between first and fifth grade, they can act up in middle school and still make it to high school. The foundation has to be laid between first and third grade. That's why they're building prison system based on third grade education.
Yes, they are, and that's
huge.
powerful. It is huge.
I want to give back to the elementary school and get them prepared where the kids are excited about learning again. Then once you cover that portion, then your job is almost done, but not quite. But kids learn much more between birth and 8 years old than they ever learned in their life. So why not give them all that you can? If you give your child all that you know, if they learn 10%, they're way off, way better than anyone else anyway.
Wow.
The first teacher is the parent, not the school teacher.
Woo! Amen. Because that is so true. It is. Study has shown that especially cities that are high crime. Not to go off on our subject, but it is true that it is necessary that we start paying attention to our younger youth because that's how prison system is built. Is based upon that education around third grade level. So. We are talking about business. We're talking about nonprofit, and as you can hear, his passion behind that. And it's necessary that we, as we do have a business, like you said, you have a business that is for profit. Now you're looking at your nonprofit, and it's important that you know how to structure. You have to know proper wording, and that's one thing I have to tell people. If you want something, you have to know how to ask properly. And you have to know the proper language because if you say the wrong thing, even when you're applying for a home, you go in there and say, "This is my investment," and you don't even have a first home. This is not an investment; it's your primary property, and that could kick you out. So the same thing with the word funds. That word is powerful because, like you said, it sends off a sign or a signal that it's not even probably perceived to be misconception. So.
Yes, and the IRS look at that word totally differently. So if he got a fund, that means he's doing this, he's doing that. He should be getting money monthly. People should be just dropping money at your doorstep. So we're gonna check him out and make sure that everything's correctly.
Okay.
And that may not even be the case. So I got that from my Aunt Lillian because I was in the process of doing a fund also.
Wow.
And she's a retired librarian. So it's good to have people that know more than you.
Yes, it's important in that circle. Yes, you can't be the smartest one.
That's right. That's right.
So how can they get in contact with you?
Yeah, my name is Warren Frazier again, and I'll go ahead and you can give me my cell phone. My cell phone is 843-312-5583.
One more time.
843-312-5583. The first number that I give was for my office, which was 793-1717.
One more time. You say it too fast, man. Come on now.
Well, my office number is 843-793-1717. My cell is 843-312-5583.
Okay, I'm going to ask you off the subject question. Where are you from?
Well, I'm born and raised right here in Charleston. Both my family's from Ravenel. I attended E.B. Ellerton
Mm-hmm.
Elementary, went to Artie Schroeder Middle.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went to Baptist for 1 year.
Wow.
Then I transferred to St. Andrews. Went there for 3 years and graduated from St. Andrews High School right here west of Ashley. And I drove school bus in the neighborhood for 3 years while I was in school and after I got out. Then I went to Trident Tech to be an electrician.
Mm-hmm.
Found out that I wanted to join the Navy. Joined the Navy. I couldn't be an electrician because I'm colorblind. So I became a diesel engine mechanic. So I'm a certified diesel engine mechanic also.
Wow.
So I was doing that in the Navy for 10 years and got out and got ill and couldn't do that work anymore. Became a civil engineer. Now I'm doing tax. I was doing tax for 27 years, by the way.
Wow.
My aunt, Emma Frazier, taught me to do taxes. She was a manager for Block,
Mm-hmm.
H&I Block, for 28 years. And my aunt Emma is the first female to graduate from MUSC with her doctrines
Wow.
in math.
Wow.
So she's the one who taught me math because my dad paid for tuition to go to college. She had to babysit me. So that was her penalty, I guess. But it was a blessing.
It's spilled over. It's spilled over.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited that you're here and that like I said, you're just a wealth of information. I really enjoy being in your tax class. I really enjoy just kind of like bouncing ideas and learning about, different ways to structure my business personally. And I just encourage anyone, if you're looking to start your business and you're having questions about structuring, if you're having questions about how, which way will be the best way to help you to be in a position where you can grow, because it's important, as he said, you're going to struggle. Struggle is going to come, but the struggle is to help you to be better. So I encourage you to definitely get in contact with him. And I am excited that he has been here to show us ways how to be better. And as I think about what this show is about, it is to help improve where you are, to put you in a better situation. So I encourage you each and every week to tune in to Judge Financial Radio Show. My name is Vonnie Judge. God bless you, and thank you for tuning in.